Hi, I'm Cheryl. I have this inspirational type of card for you today. And it says, just when the caterpillar thought the world was over, it became a butterfly. And then I did a little thing, time to spread your wings and fly. I know you can do it because I know you. So I'll have the PDF for both of these down listed down in the materials part of the card. But we're gonna do something a little different on this. I'm gonna use rubber bands and a stamp block to do a good portion of this background. So this should be fun. So this is what we're gonna need. You need a piece of Whisper White cardstock. It's 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored and folded at 4 1/4. That's our card base. And we just need a little bit of rose red for our butterfly. And then of course you'll have to print and cut out your 2 pieces from the PDF. And I hope you have a color printer, because it's so pretty in the colors. But black and white would be nice too, but I just like it in the colors. And it's actually from the saying is where I got my color inspiration for the cards, because it has the rose red colors and the turquoise and Marina mist in there. But anyway, let's move along. On my card, I used the stencil pack that I had picked up at Michael's, and it had this darling little flower in it. This is optional. You certainly don't need this flower. I just put it on because I got stencils, just bought the stencils, and I wanted to play with them. But it will look nice without the stencil. Maybe you have something similar to this or a stamp, then go ahead and use them. It doesn't hurt. Then from my Dragonfly Dreams, I used this, but I'm going to show you how you can get around using this stamp. It's the one, it's got all the little dots on it. Okay, but we're not going to use it. I'm going to show you how to fake it. This would be easier. It'll go faster. It would go faster, but I'm gonna show you how to get around it. I have 2 pieces of paper here. I'm going to be using those as a mask when I'm working on the card. I have a stamp block and some assorted rubber bands here. So I can get those set up right away, and I just twist them on here, all different angles. Let's see. So I have a couple different widths here. Let me get my last one on. I don't want it straight. There we go. I want them just all different ways on here. Twist it onto your stamp block. I have some washi tape. I use the glimmer for a shiny washi tape. I've got some glitter that just happens to go with my rose red cardstock. I've got a Tombow glue. I have my Stampin' Right marker, basic black. If you don't have this, then ultra fine point Sharpie marker will work. I have a ruler. It's going to be very important. Have a ruler, straight edge of some kind. I have a sponge dauber. I used Marina Mist, Tempting Turquoise, and Night of Navy inks. And then I have this punch, and this is made by Echo Tools, EK Tools. Tool is either, I see their products listed either EK Tools or EK Supply. And this is one. It punches actually 3 different versions of the butterfly. Let me get that. Okay. there's a solid butterfly, there's one with a little detail, and then there's one with the most detail, and I'm using the one with the most detail on the card. So let me get my little piece of rose red cardstock. I buried it over here, and I'm just going to quick punch that butterfly out. So you just need a little piece of it, just big enough to do the butterfly. And I think I got that lined up pretty good. And let's see, where's my oh, there's my butterfly. He's just lovely, isn't he? I can get rid of that big old punch there. And first thing I'm going to do is glitter the butterfly. Let me get a piece of paper here. That will give it time to dry as we're working on other things. I just did a little line of Tombow around the edges of his wings. And you notice I folded the butterfly already. That way if the Tombow glue is not completely dry when I get to that point, well, my butterfly's already folded for me. Okay, let's see if I can get the glitter open. Oh! And we'll just sprinkle a little bit on there. Glitter up our butterfly. You could skip this step too if you wanted to. I don't glitter things a lot, so I thought I'd just go do something a little different for me and put some glitter on the butterfly. Okay, so he's glittered. I'll put him aside. Put the lid back on here for now and put my paper full of glitter and my glitter someplace where I won't spill it all over my craft room. Because glitter just gets all over everything anyway. Let me just wipe some of that up. I'll be finding this glitter like all through my house, I'm sure. So now we have our card front. Okay, so I'm just going to make a couple marks on here. I want a mark in from the folded edge. Make a little mark a 1/2 inch in, just very lightly with my pencil. Top and bottom of the card. And then let's see, how big did I make this? Okay, maybe 1 3/4 inches. So I'll make another mark 1 3/4 inches from that mark, both top and bottom. I'm sure you can't see this in the video, but I'm just making a little pencil marks just here and here and there and there. And that's what I'm going to line my paper up with. So I'll take my papers and we're going to mask this off. And I seem to be missing a piece of tape on this one end. Let me grab another little piece of tape. I always keep some masking tape just stuck on my table. I use masking tape so much in crafting. Alright, that one's not sticking real well either. Let me give that a new piece of tape. And I noticed this one wasn't sticking real well either. So there we go. Probably because my mat's still wet. I wiped it up with a diaper wipe. Okay, I think that'll be alright. Alright, so we're going to start out. We're going to use our stamp that we made with the rubber bands and the stamp block, and we'll use the Tempting Turquoise for that. You just take it and ink it up like you would a stamp, you see? And we're just going to stamp that randomly. Let me get some good pressure on there. I want more of those crazy random lines. There, maybe a little more there, a little more over here. Okay, so that's good. I think that's plenty. Oh, maybe a little more down here. Alright, there we go. So, that's pretty cool looking, isn't it? Who would have thought you could do this with just a stamp block and rubber bands? I actually saw this on a YouTube video. Someone had moved, and they didn't have any of their crafting stuff, or much of their crafting stuff handy, and they did this, and I don't remember who it was. I'd love to give them credit for it in the video, but I just don't remember who it was. Okay, so you remember I used this stamp in my original card, but I'm going to show you what to do if you don't have this stamp. So, all you need is a pencil that still has an eraser on it. Okay, now I don't know about you, but in my house this is hard to come by. A pencil with an eraser. Usually the eraser's gone, it's all worn down to a nub, but I happen to have one, so for demo purposes it's just perfect. Now I'm going to use my Marina Mist ink. I'm going to ink up the end of my pencil, and I'm going to just stamp randomly. I'm going to go heavy. This will be the bottom of the card, so I'm going to go kind of heavy down the bottom with these dots, and I'm just going to do a few more. Oh, darn, my paper moved again. Well, we can't have that because I have more to do on this that I need masked off. That's not good. There. Alright, I think, one more dot. There we go. That's good enough. Okay, and then I took my stencil and my sponge dauber and my Night of Navy ink. And hold that down. And it doesn't even have to cover the, you don't even have to have the whole flower intact. But we just want a little bit of that flower in there. Okay, so I think 2 of them is enough. It's 2 enough? Now let's do one more down the bottom here. Okay. Then I also used my Night of Navy. I'm going to kind of blot this out here on my mat a little bit, because I'm going to just along the edges here. I'm going to hold this in place because my tape is not being very cooperative. But I just did a little shading in the Night of Navy. Along the top, across the bottom here. Now I'm going to stop and line this piece up again because that shifted on me. And let me pick up some ink from there because there's still plenty of that on my mat. And And you just want a little light dusting of it. Night and navy is a pretty dark color. So I just wanted just a little bit, or just lightly around the edges. Okay, so that looks good. I'll close this up. I'll get my pieces out of the way here. And where'd that diaper wipe go? There we go. Let's clean that all up so we don't get it places we don't want it. And I'll check my fingers, because I'm pretty sure I got some on my fingers. And then I'm going to take my ruler, and you see I can see it shifted a little bit. You know what? That's going to really bug me. So I'm going to put my paper down here again. Okay, I'm going to fill that in. Did you see what I'm talking about? See, I got my design, my paper shifted in between the time I did my stenciling and the time I did my my shading on the edge there. So I'm going to just line that up again. I'll just hold it in place and fill that in. There was still plenty in my sponge dauber dough. That's much better. Much, much better. Okay, so once again I'll clean up. If that ever happens to you, then just know that nobody else knows how wide or how narrow you want it to make this, you plan to make this strip. So you can do things like that. You can adjust a little bit. Alright, so and then to set that off even more, right along the edge here, I'm going to use my black Stampin' Right marker. I'm going to use the fine end. I'm just going to make a line just along the edge there. Okay, and the same on this side. Make that line. And then, because my little proverb, that's a word I have a hard time saying, proverb, had the border around it. To tie that in with the inside, I'm going to put a little line all around the edge here too, just inside the edge. So maybe just a 32nd of an inch in. And I'll just go all the way around, all four sides. See, this is another step you could skip, but I don't know, I think it helps to tie in this little part that we're going to put on the inside with the thing on the outside. I didn't tell you how big I made this. You can make this any size you want as long as it fits on the inside of your card. But I made it, let's see, I cut it out so it's, of course it's an oddball size, 3 3/8 across. Okay, by 3 3/8. So I made it square. So 3 3/8 by 3 3/8 is what I made that. This one I just cut out just outside of the little line border. Okay, so we'll take our card front and washi tape. Where did our washi tape go? There it is. And let's find the end. That's always fun to do. I didn't do my little trick on this one. Huh. I don't think it has an end anymore. Da-dee-da-dee-da. Don't you hate this? I usually roll the end under a little bit, so it's easy to find the end, and I did not do it on this one. Oh, there's the end. I see it. Okay. So I'm going to take a little piece of washi tape and I'll make both of these ends. Let's see, I need scissors. So I just take a little piece and I have both the ends cut at an angle. And I'll use that to attach. Let's see, I'll move that down a little bit because I'll have a butterfly up here. Oh, I wanted that straighter. That's the wonderful thing about washi tape. You can peel it up and put it back down. Okay, so that's just attached that like that, just with the washi tape. And then I did the same with a piece of washi tape on the inside. Again, ties it together with the outside of the card. And this time I'm going to fold down a little corner here. That will make this so much easier to find next time I need to use this tape. So, let me line that up here. And on this one I did put a little bit of help. I didn't say to have snail glue. You could use Tombow, but I'll put snail in the list of materials. But I just put a little bit of the snail down the bottom, and line this up on the inside here, and there we go. See, and that just makes it just like the outside again. It ties it together. And we just need to put our butterfly on. The Tombow should be pretty well dry by now. I'll just put a little line of Tombow just on his body. And put him up here, just kind of towards the top of the card. I'll use my pencil eraser. Oh, no I won't. It's got ink on it. Wow, that was almost a big mistake. I have my pokey tool here. Handy. From another card I was working on. I'll just use that to put him in place. And there we go. Oop. There we go. Our card's all finished. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to come back and do more video or do more cards with me, then be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. If you like the video, then please do hit that like button. I love to see those likes. If you'd like to purchase any of the Stampin' Up materials I've used today, you'll find a whole list of everything that I use down below in the materials list. But if you'd like to purchase any of the Stampin' Up items, then I am a demonstrator for them, and you can do that either through my Facebook page or my website. So, y'all take care, stay safe, and happy stamping.